So, as you were discussing about the changes in Income Tax Act with effect from April 1, 2025, and there are many things which government has done now. For example, things like changing thresholds of certain TDS sections, and then introducing some new TDS sections as well. But the big thing which has happened is that removal of TCS subsection 1H section 206C, and this is going to ease the compliance burden for companies to a great extent. This is expected. So I just want to understand from you that how this subsection 1H of section 206C was creating confusion among the taxpayers. Yeah, if you can
Well,
highlight, please.
yeah. So, thanks for this question. First of all, it's a big relief that the government has finally listened to the professionals and taxpayers that this thing was creating unnecessary compliance burden on them. Now, how it was working was a lot of times it was very difficult to determine that whether 206C1H will apply or 194Q will apply because these were not mutually exclusive thing. I mean, while making a sale, it is not easy to determine whether the buyer will deduct TDS up till the next quarter, right? So practically, what was happening that apart from focusing on business, sellers were also engaged in collecting a lot of TCS, filing the same for it, and then also making a reconciliation whether the same has been deducted TDS or not. So once the either or situation has gone away, where only buyers are required to deduct TDS, this has created a much clearer path in terms of compliances. So now the seller can focus on purely on their operations. They don't have to worry about the collecting TCS on so many number of goods that they engage business into it. And the buyers are responsible for deduction of this TDS on the 194Q.
So basically, the responsibility is now clear that as a buyer, you are going to deduct the TDS like other sections of TDS, and not especially in selling or purchasing of goods, right? So that
Yeah,
responsibility is clear.
precisely because as a nature of TDS, historically also only one section was applicable on any one nature of business or services, right? Only this time when 206C, 1H, and 194Q both came into play. So the same transaction was subject to two different sections altogether, which was creating this issues. Had it been only sellers, it would have been fine. Had it been only buyer, it would have been fine, like it is fine now, right? Keeping the both sections were creating a lot of issues, and that's what the complaint was of the industry and of the MSME units for the past couple of years. And now the government has finally listened to it. So it's a welcoming step, and this also clarifies the government proposition as to bring a more practical and simple tax regulations for the industry.
So basically, with this, now onus of deducting TDS is completely on buyer.
Yes.
So compliance burden is now reduced. And in terms of pricing also, it's going to be a simpler discussion because whatever you are going to sell, right? For example, if I'm selling anything to you, so I don't have to incorporate that TCS thing into my pricing because tax is going to be deducted by you, right? So
Yes.
easier compliance, and pricing wise, it can give much clarity to the parties involved in the transaction, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Vijender, for clarifying
Thanks,
this.
Adesh.
Thanks. Thank you.